time is 8:57 in the morning. What do you think that symbol looks like? I think it looks like a monkey. What do you reckon? I like looking at the shadows that it produces from here. What do you think it looks like? You'll have to let me know. But the garden's growing alright. I'm going to have to maintain it. If it get too big, some of it I'll pull out once it's going to grow pretty quick. But I'll try to maintain it so it grows in there. And I have it already got some beans growing. They started pretty much sprouting as soon as I water them in. They were hanging. Because I didn't notice there were beans at first. I think they might be just starting. But you can notice them now. And I plant them in there. It's got some of Tim's Organics from the Pussins. And potting mix. I mixed a little bit of potting mix in it. And then some potting mix on top. And then put the plants in. And some stones there. To help it so it doesn't evaporate so quickly. And yeah, they seem to be going good. It's about to go out and finish the last little part now. The corner there. You can see it properly, but I've got all the stuff out ready. I'm about to pressure wash it all. Last little bit. There's some stuff around the corner here, it's all cleaned. As you see, around stacked up on the wall here, a little bit along there that I've resorted. And the evaporative cooler and that, I've got it all stacked up nice and neatly just here in the corner, which I'll show in another clip. Probably later on today, once I've sorted out all this, finish cleaning the carpet, and then I'll put the stuff that can get dirty and I'm not using out there and pinch some fabric like this. Some of that fake leather on that couch seat thing. I'm going to cut it off, clean it up, cut it off and keep some materials that I guess I can use. And some of these plastic panels and glass panels now, I know I can make some things up with it with a new idea. Instead of throwing it away, I might as well use it because I need to make up some things to get some money to really get some things going. So once I've sorted out myself, I can start getting it. I'll have some materials to start doing a bit of a hobby once I've sorted out myself here with the things I've already started. So I'm going to quickly finish them in the garden, and then hopefully by next year I can start on the hobby and make some things to get rid of some just art, right? I might put some stories in there for you. I won't, out of this kind of material, I won't make it spiritual or anything unless, it'll be just a story, but not a spiritual one, you know what I mean? I can put just stories in them, so that way it's not a spiritual thing. It's got nothing to do with my spiritual stuff. My stuff's not cursed, so I hope I don't get any of that kind of thing, because that's the thing I worry about, hearing a lot of things on the internet, what people like to do to get things out of people and stuff like that and blame people. But anyway, hopefully by that time people will be happy to get things and I'll have no problems. I see no reason why I would have problems, except crazies talking. What crazies do, eh? Well, that thing there, I've got some ideas on that. You can have some pots in the corner and that, and have it in the garden. A few of these things I can put in the garden, or if I can't put it all in there, so I'm going to pick the favourite things out. I'm just having a few ideas and stuff. There's some metal there that I can bend up and shape too, that I'm going to use in some of the water features. It'll be some metal with some concrete and the plastic, like I said, on the fence there. And I'm going to use some metal to shape out some maybe odd shapes that the water might travel through or something like that. I have heaps of ideas, but we'll get there. And that's the last of the little metal bits. And I want to make up something too. I forgot I had all these the innards of the electric motors and the cases as well. And I've got a few of them, and I might put them together and make a piece out of them. I think they're pretty cool, and then they're magnetised. A lot of them, metal will stick to it, so I can stick some things to it and help them. They'll stick to each other, easy to put it together in certain areas. But I need to get a welder. I've got a MIG welder, but the handle's buggered on it, and it's been outside, so I'm hoping it under the shelter here. So I'm hoping if I ever go to use it, it should be okay. I can probably get it going, and it just needs a new handle. But you can't just buy the handles. They're pretty expensive because you can buy these cheap little electric MIG welders for a couple $100, and then they want a couple $100 for the hose and handle, and that they're not too far off the whole full price. So I'm like, oh, I might just get another one later and keep this one here for a spare if I need parts or something like that. That's my idea, because then I haven't welded since I was with my stepdad back in the day, living with him. It's been a while. I think I might have done a couple little specs or nothing, but working with some people, but not much. But I do know how to weld. I prefer to weld than with the MIG welder, because when I first started welding, Herb hated it. I'd stick the welder to the when I was welding, make a big ball, and then you got to pull out the line. It's a big mess. So I got put onto the arc welder, so I can and even that was sticking. But I got the groove, and it gives you the groove, and it makes a mess. But you just bang off all the slag. That's the best way to learn when it comes to welding. Usually, you start off with the arc, or it did for me, because after I used that, I had to flow a bit, and then I went back to the MIG, and I worked out to hold it back a bit, and I worked with it. But then, because I worked with the arc, I just thought, being a kid, I just prefer working with the arc, and I kept doing that. And that was my welding experience. And I made all sorts of metal things. I even made a metal billy cart. And we tried to get a whipper stipper motor to motor it, and I made it looked like an actual car like this, and you can get in it, all made of little bit like the aluminium steel that I've got out here, sheeting that you put in the back of trays, but it was actually steel, this one, so it was very heavy to pick up. And then it had pram wheels on it, which probably would have buckled if I ever went over a big bump or anything, but it rolled real good down hills. I ended up using it, but when you stacked in it, because it was all metal, it hurt you really bad, because it was like a rock. And yeah, I even had speakers in it. And yeah, we tried to use a whip snipper motor, but then we found out it had a part in there where it goes loose. That's what whip snippers do, so when they jam. So we had to do more parts, and then I went, bugger it, and I want to take it out for pushing around. I pushed it around a bit, and never got around putting a motor in it, but I put a battery in it, and then put a car stereo in it. So I had a stereo going, the speakers on top of the roof, because it had a roof. It went up like that with a little cabin, a steel roof, and steel in the back, and then a little loop back like that, so it looked like a little vehicle like that. A little loop back, square, with go-kart wheels. And I made one out of wood as well, but yeah, I did make that metal one. And it just sat where I left it, and I think I got recycled. Anyway, there's a quick story for you. Have a good one, everyone, and see you later. Yeah, thank you, buddies. See you later, and they're like, see you later. See you guys.